building up to the women's 100-metre final. We saw the semi-finals earlier, and it's Starlin from South Australia, Lane from Victoria. Then Bree Masters, who was the fastest of the semi-finalists. She goes from 4. Christy Edwards from Queensland. Pereira of Singapore broke a national record in the first round and was second fastest in the semi-finals. Tori Lewis, the 18-year-old from Queensland, she won her semi-final. Hannah Busick is the only one in the field that's won a national title previously. The Tokyo Olympian, and Summerfield from New Zealand on the outside.
Well, it's an impressive field, isn't it, that's lined up here for the final of the women's 100 metres. And you're right, Bree Masters with the fastest time from the semi-finals coming through here in lane 4 in the aqua colours. Looks super relaxed. I think the experience that she gains from representing Australia to World Championships and a Commonwealth Games will put her in good stead for this 100-metre final. And you've got to watch out for that precocious talent, Tori Lewis, who we saw her last year before those World Junior Championships do amazing things, and then unfortunately missed that championships with a torn hamstring. But she's come back bigger and better than ever, which is a sign of a mature and a quality athlete that can come back from adversity and get even better. And personal bests galore for some of these athletes this season, so we know they're in shape. Just
take us through the mindset, Tamsin. If you're Bree Masters, you're racing for the national title for the first time, and you're the favourite.
Well, I think you just have to go back to the basics. The fact is, you're running in your lane, and you've run 100 metres a million times before. You know what you got to concentrate on, that start, getting the drive phase, reacting well to the gun, making sure that you focus on all the points that your coach has taught you through training. Don't worry about anything else. Don't think that it's a national championship. Thrive on the fact that the adrenaline's there, but make sure you really focus on being calm and relaxed at this point behind the blocks, because the race isn't won here, but it can be lost.
So Christy Edwards, we just saw being introduced, ran a personal best in Canberra, World Junior Champs rep, one of the 2 Queenslanders that are got big chances here, 3 in fact, because we're going to add Tori Lewis. We just saw Pereira of Singapore, that national record, but here's Tori Lewis, the 18-year-old Australian record holder, under 16, 11:23 fastest time. Here's Hannah Busick, who's got the meet record, 11:18, won the title in 2021, of course, went on to the Olympics that year, has had a bit of a battle with injury since then, but she's back in the final, and Summerfield from New Zealand.
Look for her to get out well. She has a great start, good reaction to the gun. Tori Lewis will finish strong. Bree Masters just has that wonderful middle phase. There's a lot to look for in this race, but it's going to be incredible.
So Pereira, if she ran like she did in the heats, will be tough to toss. Masters has finished second twice. Can she finish on top here? Lewis at 18 would be one of the youngest. Debbie Wells was 17 when she won this title. It's the youngest ever, but Lewis has got a big chance. Just about set. Women's 100 final. Away they go. Masters got a pretty good start. So did Ebony Lane on the inside. Pereira, Lewis is there as well. Masters starting to edge clear from Pereira, and Lewis on the outside. It's going to be tight, very tight. Pereira may be ahead of Lewis and Masters. Not much between all of them. What a race for the Women's Championship of Australia over the 100-metre dash.
Well, Pereira looks like she got across the line in first, but it certainly looked like the 18-year-old who finished like a steam train on the outside of Pereira. Bree Masters got away a little bit slower, but came through that middle phase well. Who have you got, Dave?
So Pereira has got the title, but the Australian champion is the 18-year-old from Queensland, Tori Lewis. Just ahead of Bree Masters. 11:37, 11:38, 11:41. What a race.
Well, it didn't disappoint, did it, either? This was a great race. Christy Edwards had a fabulous start. Her reaction was probably the best. And it looked the middle lanes, Christy Edwards and the Singapore athlete Pereira, that got away so well. On the outside of both of them, Bree Masters and Tori Lewis couldn't see each other at that point. But the race became about who was going to win that national title. They were lanes apart, and they just couldn't. You could see that they'd let Pereira go a little bit because it was about winning that gold medal. Neither of them was sure who'd won it because it was super close, but it was a fabulous race by both. She was thinking behind the blocks. She went with the angle of, you know, I'm the super young one, I've got nothing to lose, and that's brilliant. I think she ran beautifully relaxed. She's She's, 18 years of age and running against these open athletes. Former gymnast. She's actually got celiac disease as well, like Brooke Bushkull in the long jump. So she's had to come through a little bit through her young 18 years, the hamstring tear, celiac disease.
Change of coach situation at the moment, still up in the air with Jared Keating, former national champion. Not yet 100% resolved as to who is going to coach Tori Lewis, but